Hey everybody, this is Mark from Northwest Bourbon. Today I'm here to celebrate Veterans Day with you. If you guys know any veterans, then one thing you know about them is they're great storytellers. The whiskey I wanted to share with you guys is what I got from the Storytime pick. We got the NASA Family Reserve and the Obtainium Light Whiskey, and they came with these awesome stickers on the back, which are just a lot of fun. Now, I was able to get those picks because of Trev Wilson, fellow combat veteran. Now, I've never had NASA Family Reserve, I've never had Obtainium, but considering that it came from Storytime, that'd be a good time for some Veterans Day story time. So all you veterans, grab your woobies, snuggle up, and let's talk about Veterans Day. Now, I don't mean to insult anybody's intelligence, but let's talk about the difference between Veterans Day, Armed Forces Day, and Memorial Day. Now, Armed Forces Day is where we celebrate those that are currently serving in our military. Third Saturday of May. Veterans Day is, of course, the time that we honor our veterans. Memorial Day is when we honor those that we have lost in the military. Now, whiskey this good is meant to be drank, and it's meant to be shared. So all my other buddies at Northwest Bourbon are definitely going to get a sample of both of these bottles. Now, I'm just the social media side of Northwest Bourbon. We all serve together currently in the Army Reserves on Joint Base Lewis McChord in Washington State. And Chester is the one that brought us all together because he knew each one of us individually enjoyed bourbon. So if you watch some of our other videos, you'll see appearances by them from time to time. There's Chester. There's Greg. There's Will. There's Kevin. And there's Jeff. Now, between all of us at Northwest Bourbon, we have a combined total of over 80 years of service in the Army and 10 combat deployments. So to raise a glass and salute to all of our fellow veterans out there, let's get to this whiskey. Start off with the NASA Family Reserve. It is 102 proof, finished in an Adventurous Brewing Imperial Stout barrel. And then we're going to go to the Obtainium Light Whiskey, which is a 125 proof. Finished in Toppling Goliath KBBS barrel. Now, I haven't had that before, but from what I've heard, that's a really fancy beer. Like, really fancy. So I'm going to put the Obtainium in my Oolah glass because they both start with the letter O. And that's about how creative I'm getting right now. Now, I didn't pour the first glass into my Infinity bottle because they're both finished. Because I have found through trial and error that if you put finished whiskeys into your Infinity bottle, that it adds a weird funk to it because everything else in there doesn't have that. I do get kind of a dark beer smell. It's really dark and rich smelling, like dark beer, wood. There's some fruit notes in there. Smells really good. I'm going for a taste. Cheers. Well, that's really interesting. You taste a lot of... Your palate gets a lot of light flavors and dark flavors circling around at the same time. The hug going down, I can feel like a beer aftertaste. It's really interesting. It's very pleasant. I like it a lot. Going again. You definitely taste the stout, but that strong whiskey where, you know, the front of the tongue has that vanilla and you taste the wood in the middle of your palate. A lot of different flavors going on. That is a really good drink. I like that a lot. This is definitely a whiskey that I'm going to be sharing with the rest of the guys. That's nice. I like it. Move my shelf turds topper over the other side. I'm gonna rinse out. Never forget to hydrate. Hydration is key. Alright everybody, my first crack at Obtainium. Now that is dark. That is a dark, rich whiskey. That one smells like lighter fruits, like red berries. Now it's getting a little deeper. First whiff right off the bat, like I said, was like a subtled raspberry. As I get deeper into the nose, the flavors and the tones just get a lot deeper with it. There's lots of brown sugar and molasses. Smell the wood. Smell the dark beer. Here we go. Cheers. Holy chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. That was like a double or triple chocolate piece of cake in my mouth. Oh my, I cannot believe how chocolatey that is. I can feel a little bit of a tongue tingle and a very, very smooth, subdued burn going down. It's like the normal Kentucky hug and burn and tingling of the tongue of the higher proofs is settled because it got dipped in chocolate. It is just wrapped and layered in chocolate, and it's just like Willy Wonka, slide that thing right down your throat so that it doesn't burn too bad. That way you'll go back in for another glass. That is so much different than what I was expecting. That is really tasty. That is dangerous. Man, you know those little chocolate candies from Europe that it's like they took a chocolate mold of a liquor bottle and injected it with real liquor. So when you bite into the chocolate, a little squirt of liquor goes into your mouth and you're like, oh, I recognize that, you know, it's liquor. But you're biting through a shell of a chocolate liquor bottle. You know, a little piece of candy that has liquor hidden inside. That is what this is doing. And I've got to honestly say, I'm glad I didn't pour the first shot into my infinity bottle, because that would have completely changed my infinity bottle for sure. Oh goodness. Yeah, that's good. I like that. I mean, that's not an everyday sipper. That's something that when it's a holiday, like after Thanksgiving, after Christmas, after your ex-wife gets arrested again, you know, those kind of special occasions where you're like, I want to drink something just expensive and celebrate. That's what I'm going to go for right there. Oh, those are good. Those are good. Big shout out to all you guys at Storytime for making those picks, because those are delicious. Thank you, Trev, for you know, squaring some of those away for your Patreons. I feel lucky that I was able to grab them, man. I really do. So happy Veterans Day to you all. Bad bourbon joke. Speaking of beer, did you guys know that frog legs and IPAs have a similar aftertaste? It's because of all the hops. Bad bourbon joke for you. You're welcome. Happy Veterans Day. Salute to all the veterans out there. All my fellow combat veterans, much love to you. Leave a comment below let me know who you are so we can, link up on Instagram or whatever, and just make those connections, because you never know when you're gonna need that connection with a fellow veteran, because we all got to look out for each other. We got to watch each other's six. I hope you guys have a good and safe Veterans Day. Keep your drinks wet. Cheers.